My name is Brittany Power. I am one of the staff counselors at the University of Mississippi Counseling Center. Today I'm going to be talking with you about using breath and sensory grounding. Sensory grounding is a wonderful way to help relieve stress in the moment. Our mind is connected to our body, and sometimes we just need to check back into the present, gain a sense of mindfulness. That just helps us feel a little more centered and grounded. So I'm going to demonstrate one of my favorite ways to do that today. Abigail has agreed to practice with me so we can model that for you. And I encourage you as we go through this practice to pause, take your time, and of course hit play again when you're ready to move on to the next sensory segment. All right. Abigail, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, all right. So let's start by sitting in a comfortable position, stacking shoulders over hips, kind of opening through our clavicles, allowing just a little more access of air to sit in. However you'd like, you can keep your legs crossed if that's more comfortable for you. You can plant both feet on the ground if you really want to obtain that sense of actually connecting into the ground. It's up to you. Okay, this feels comfortable. Okay, all right, this is more comfortable for me too. Okay, all right. So first, let's just start by connecting back into our breath. So take an inhale in through your nose, holding at the top, and then press the air out through your lips slowly. Imagine wringing a rag and pressing out all the air until it's all gone. Okay. Breathing in through your nose again. Slowly exhaling out. Now every body is going to have a different pace of their inhales and exhales. I want to encourage you to find the pace that's the most supportive for your body. Thinking of almost like a square. Breathing in, holding. Breathing out, holding on that empty space at the bottom. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling back out through your mouth. Shaping your throat almost like you're whistling. Okay, all right. Now bring your attention to one thing that you see in your space. It can be anything in the room, just one thing that catches your eye. Okay. All right. Now, I want you to imagine describing that item to someone else, someone that is not here. In your mind, think of the words you would use to describe how that item looks. Size, shape, perceived texture. Take your time. When you feel confident, just nod your head and let me know. Okay, all right. And remember, you can pause if this takes more time for you. Now take another deep breath in through your nose, fill all the way to the pit of your belly and hold. Slowly press the air out between your lips. Okay. Great. Now, bring your attention to one thing that you feel. It can be something within reach. You can also reach for something on the table. Yeah, frozen sweater. Okay. All right, now once again, describe the item to yourself like you're trying to explain to someone else exactly how it feels. Maybe even notice the difference of the palm of your hand versus the back side of your hand. Seeing if you can tell if it creates a different sensation. Great. Think of words that you would maybe even use to describe the item. listen to. And songs are typically 2 to 4 minutes long. So if you want to make it your own in that way, you can. Okay. Now let's bring your attention to something you smell. Most of the time when we're in a room, we've kind of become like conditioned to the smells and it's not as easy to identify. So sometimes we can manipulate that by picking something. Let's see. I'm going to challenge you to not look at the name of the oil and smell it and see if you can identify the scent. Okay, so think of being a fragrant connoisseur, isolating the smells. Maybe even thinking about how those smells remind you of something. But also, how does it smell right now? It smells good. Minty. Can I put some lip to this? Okay. Can I look? Yeah, you can.
No, this lemon verbena.
Lemon verbena? Yeah. One of my favorite games for smell is to imagine that I'm a candle maker and give the scent a very specific detailed name, like I work for Yankee Candle or something. And then the last scent, taking a deep breath in through your nose, slow breath out, is taste. Now, normally I would have nuts for you to practice that. I have nuts today, so I'm going to challenge you to believe this is your drink. So I want to encourage you to take a sip of your drink and spend a moment, let it linger in your mouth, and think about how that tastes for you. Noticing, we have different taste buds, and noticing if it feels different on one, like the front or the back of your tongue. And just take a moment, be present, acknowledge the sensory sensation. Now, obviously, this is more fun when you have treats like candy, meds, but really it's whatever's within your vicinity at that time. Take another deep breath into your nose. Slow breath out. Okay. Now, I do want to add that everybody is different and everyone's going to have a different connection or meaning with their different senses. So I want to encourage you to, find a way that works for you. I like to run through each of the 5 senses one time. Some people prefer to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. Other people prefer to, be very intentional with what items they use because different smells, different textures, sometimes those mean very meaningful and specific things to us. So sometimes we like to pick things that are intentionally comforting and supportive and not accidentally stimulating. So take this however you need to. Use this and manipulate it in a way that is individualized to you as a person. This is sometimes you may only want to need to activate one sense. You can be sitting in class and wearing your favorite fragrance and just smelling your wrist, or touching the jacket or part of your coat. It can be taking a minute out of your backpack and just spending a moment to help you reconnect to the present and listen to the lecture. For employees, you can, wonderful music that is created specifically to help focus or grounding, and you can find those playlists on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube. Really find, I would encourage and empower you to find ways to make this what you need it to be. And if you ever feel stuck or not quite sure, but you do think it might be helpful, please feel welcome to call and ask. And one of